Nocticola here, I'm back with my Asexuality in film series, and today I will be drinking brew Caracao coffee as I talk about many films. So, this is episode 10, and I'm retargeting this into an episode because this is gonna be a multi-parter. In this first one, I will be talking about generally about the movies within the team, and then I'm gonna make videos for the movies specifically. So 1, 2, 3 movies videos about those movies individually or maybe together. We'll see how much I will start talking. So the theme of episode 10 is if I had a nickel every time a male writer-director cast himself in the lead role and made that lead role asexual, I would have 3 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. I love saying twice. So the movies that fit this theme, and I know that there are at least like short films that also fit the theme with women, like for example Thou, Thou, by Heather Marie Nguyen is a very good movie, but it's a short film, and in this series I am only talking about feature-length films. So anyway, the movies that I'm gonna talk about here are Straight Up by James Sweeney, who plays Todd Preston Keller in Straight Up, that was released in 2019 and 2020. And then I'm talking about Something in the Dirt, directed by Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead. You might know they work from Loki season 2. And then Justin wrote the movie, he's credited with writing the movie, and he also played Levi Danube. And then finally I'm talking about Artifice Girl by Franklin Rich, who plays Gareth Federson when he's 29 and 40 something, and the old person is played by Lance Henriksen. As you can see, these 2 movies are out on DVD. This is the Australian version, region 4, that luckily actually plays in everything. And then this is the German version. Here we finally got the European release. I was really waiting for this. Like I was literally waiting for this, so I got to make this video. And Straight Up can be watched here on YouTube for free, and it's also available on some Netflixes, not on mine. So let's compare these films. There's some similarities, but they're also very different. Like they are all very clearly like somewhat COVID era indies, like Something in the Dirt and Artifice Girl for actually shot and filmed during COVID, and that shows because of the lack of sets, the small cast, and like only a couple of locations. And even though Straight Up wasn't filmed during COVID, you can still kind of like get the same vibes of like a small cast, not that many locations or isolated locations and stuff like that. And they are all very like Straight Up isn't directed during COVID, but you could be. It's that vibe. It has the same vibes, and they are all very differently dialogue heavy. Like Straight Up is a screwball rom-com, like it's actually references Gilmore Girls, and that's a very good vibe check for it, and it also kind of villain-esque, if that's still okay to be, as like it's very rapid fire fun dialogue between characters of like 2 or 3 characters at a time, whereas Something in the Dirt is a bit more relaxed. Like it's mostly a dialogue between 2 characters, between Justin Benson's Levi and Aaron Moorhead's John, they mostly just talk to each other or they talk to a camera because they are like trying to make a documentary, supposedly. And Artifice Girl, it has a main cast of 3 characters. Okay, 4 characters actually, but mostly they are just. This is more similarly paced as Straight Up. Like there's a lot of like very long dialogue. Like it's like a monologue dialogue. Like people talk a lot within their turn to speak. So yeah, all of these are so very dialogue heavy, very like no fancy sets. Okay, Straight Up kind of has fancy sets because Todd is a house sitter, so he gets to stay at nice places around California. I don't know if you can hear it, but it just started raining heavily. Hopefully that won't affect the sound quality too much. Clearly these are I don't have like a fully unifying theme for this. These are like Artifice Girl and Dirt are both like kind of sci-fi movies, whereas Straight Up is a rom-com, so that's why I feel kind of weird talking about them at the same time, but like I'm just comparing them in this one. But like Straight Up absolutely need its own video, that's one I know. They're like talking about them together as movies rather than teams kind of doesn't make sense. Like racially, there's some diversity. Artifice Girl, you have one of the main characters is Amos. He's quite the ethical heart of the whole operation. There's Gareth, Franklin Rich. Something in the Dirt has a couple of black characters, but it's mostly about the dialogue between the 2 main characters who are white men. And then Straight Up is very much white and Asian. Like James Sweeney is a mixed Asian American, and that is reflected in his family, how his family is portrayed, and there's a lot of Asian characters in the movie, which is very nice to see. And when it comes to queerness, all of these are kind of queer in a very casual way that I like. Like Straight Up is like sexually sexuality confusion movie. Like it's a exploration movie, so it has lots of other queer characters, and that's like normal. Although it does have its weird hang-ups, but like that's part of the gay community, queer community. It reflects that. And then Something in the Dirt, John has an ex-husband. Levi is asexual, though he doesn't use the word. And then there's like some random woman has a wife that gets brought up. So that's nice. In Artifice Girl, the only one whose sexuality we know is actually Gareth, who says he's asexual, and everybody just goes with it and accept it. Sorry, I wish I could edit. So I would get to edit this one away. But yeah, like Dina has children, but that doesn't say anything about her sexuality. So that's nice. Unfortunately, I have to mention that the Artifice Girl is about using AI created little girl to find child predators. So that's a really heavy topic. And Something in the Dirt also brings up CSA, kind of like Levi is put on the sex offender registry for something silly, but that's how it unfortunately works. Like it's not actually a sex offender, it's a complicated discussion. All of this, the asexuality is more of a kind of a mention, like it's significant, but none of the movies really dwell on it. Like even straight up, even though it's a sexuality exploration movie, and like I in many ways feel like Todd would be so much happier if he could more fully lean into asexuality rather than whether or not he's attracted to how he's attracted to men or women. But it's only gets one mention. But with Gareth in Artifice Girl, it is like the defining, not defining, like it's a very significant choice to make him asexual, and I like that the older version of Gareth is actually shown as wearing a ring. That's nice. And something in the dirt also when John reacts kind of weirdly, not aphobic way, okay, kind of aphobic way, like John reacts weirdly to Levi's asexuality. That's one of the starting points of the unraveling of the situation, not situation, but they're like the whatever the documentary making, let's just call it that. Yeah, like if you want to just know what the asexuality mentions or whatever are like, Todd finally towards the end in therapy, he's wondering like, okay, I have OCD, maybe that affects my identity, as maybe I'm gay, maybe I'm scared to be gay, maybe that has to do with my OCD, maybe it doesn't. And then he says, maybe I'm a heteroromantic asexual, romantic attracted to women, sexually attracted to none. And it all feels true. Like I wish he could have gone embrace his asexuality, but that wasn't the movie. And then in something in the third, Levi says that when John is like trying to get him to stay in LA, John is like, maybe I can hook you up with someone, introduce you to someone. And I like the fact that it's gender neutral, like there's no assumptions of who Levi might be attracted to romantically. Levi goes, I'm not physically attracted to anyone, and it's something that's really hard to explain to someone you would want to date. And then John is weird about it. And like he's weird about it. And that kind of starts to develop cracks. And in Artifice Girl, Gareth says about 19 minutes in that I've been asexual my whole life. And then the old version of him is again very nice ring that makes me very happy. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say about this in general. So like these are all very different movies, and like Something in the Dirt and Artifice Girl do have the kind of the same vibes, which is why I kind of wanted to find a reason to talk about them together. And then I finally remembered that like, oh, Straight Up is the thing. I love that movie. Oh yeah, and James Sweeney also did this, so that's why I'm talking about all three of them, even though they are very different movies. One is a rom-com, two are sci-fi-esque things. But they all decided to cast themselves as asexual, so I like that. So I will see, hopefully by over the next week I'm gonna be releasing the videos about the movies, and then I have at least 3 more movies that I absolutely wanna make videos about, which I will hopefully manage to do. So, bye!